Hello and welcome to Audit the Mainstream. In this video, we're going to explore the real killers involved in the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. Let's go. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell button if you enjoy the content. On the 21st of May 1991, at exactly 10:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated. Today, exactly 30 years later, at the exact same time and date, 21st of May 2021 at 10:15 p.m., we are releasing this video. You're about to find out who the real killers are. On May 1, 1981, a group of people arrived by boat to Nagapattinam, Tamil Nadu in South India. The travelers were few men and women. Among them was Sivarasan, Subha and Tanu. Tanu is the girl wearing glasses and carries a garland in her hands. This picture was taken just moments before Rajiv Gandhi's assassination during his election campaign. When Rajiv Gandhi arrived at the election campaign venue, Tanu had an opportunity to approach him. This photograph was taken just seconds before his assassination. When she got close enough to the target, she detonated the bomb and 16 people, including Tanu and Rajiv, died. Watching our previous video on this particular topic can be very helpful in understanding the content in this video. We will now expose with facts, logic and evidence who the real criminals and masterminds behind this operation were. Let's start with Subramanian Swamy. He was a central minister in India in the Law and Justice Department at the time of the assassination. Velusamy was the personal secretary to Subramanian Swamy at the time. He was a politician and belonged to the same party as Rajiv Gandhi. At the time of the assassination, Subramanian Swamy was at the capital in Delhi. Velusamy was in Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Rajiv Gandhi had to travel all the way to Tamil Nadu for the 1991 election campaign. We already know that the attack occurred at 10:15 p.m. Now it is extremely important to remember that in those days there was no internet or social media. The news of the assassination could not have spread mainstream within minutes like it would have today. Therefore, although Velusamy was in the same city that the assassination took place, there was no way for him to know about the incident. The attack occurred at 10:15 p.m. At 10:20 p.m., Velusamy called the central minister Subramanian Swamy, who was in Delhi. As soon as Subramanian Swamy picked up the phone, he asked Velusamy if he was calling him to inform him about Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. How can Subramanian Swamy, who was 2,000 kilometers away, possibly know within just 5 minutes that Rajiv Gandhi was killed? Velusamy was shocked. This is when he came to know about the incident. Velusamy suspected Subramanian Swamy as being a conspirator in this assassination. He even mentioned this during the investigations. He even suggested to check this particular recorded telephonic conversation with the law minister Subramanian Swamy. But the official records were allegedly lost. Were they lost, or was the evidence suppressed to protect the real criminals? Although the attack occurred at 10:15 p.m., two major questions still remained. 1. Was Rajiv Gandhi one of the victims? 2. If yes, did he survive? A Congress party member called Jayanti Nadarajan, the one we see in this picture in the red dress, was able to identify Rajiv Gandhi only 30 minutes after the explosion. This is when it was confirmed that he was killed. So how did Subramanian Swamy, who was 2,000 kilometers away, know about this incident within just 5 minutes? There is only one logical explanation. But here is more interesting information. The reason Velusamy called Subramanian Swamy on May 21st is because Subramanian Swamy was supposed to travel to Tamil Nadu the next day. He was supposed to board a flight at 6:30 a.m. He was then supposed to meet with Velusamy for an event in a city called Madurai. During an investigation, Velusamy had the chance to confront him face to face, and he asked him this question: when did he cancel his ticket? Subramanian Swamy answered that he never bought the ticket in the first place. To make things even worse, When Velusamy started to become a whistleblower and started to publicly expose the fact that the assassination was an inside job and not the LTTE, every time he wanted to meet the investigation officers, Rajiv Gandhi's daughter Priyanka Gandhi was physically present in the same room along with the officers, constantly interfering with his questioning. Velusamy also accused Rajiv Gandhi's wife Sonia Gandhi to also be a part of the conspiracy. Rajiv Gandhi was always accompanied by his wife Sonia Gandhi during all his 16 previous trips to Tamil Nadu. However, during his final trip, she did not accompany him. This makes it even more suspicious. Now let's look at this character called Maragadam Chandrasekhar. She was in the same political party as Rajiv Gandhi. She rushed to Delhi to meet and invite Rajiv Gandhi to come to Chennai to campaign for her. This is suspicious because many other top party leaders in Tamil Nadu did not even show interest to invite Rajiv Gandhi except her. She had a son called Lalit Chandrasekhar. The three people responsible for the assassination at the scene were dropped at the venue by car. The car was driven by Lalit Chandrasekhar himself. This is why they were able to gain access very close to Rajiv Gandhi, because they went with the organizers of the party and in their car. Maragadam Chandrasekhar and her son were never investigated. The fact that the assassins were knowingly allowed at the venue by the organizers of the event was captured by video cameras. There were two known video cameras at the venue, one that was seized from a photographer. During investigations, it was found that it was blurred during important moments showing the assassins. The other video was also submitted as evidence. However, over time, it somehow went missing. On June 5, 1987, the Indian Intelligence Bureau announced that there is a threat to the lives of major Indian politicians because of the Israeli Mossad and other Western agencies like the CIA. On 23 January 1990, the Indian Intelligence Bureau announced that Rajiv Gandhi's life is under threat and even listed the foreign organizations that can possibly target him. However, after this statement from the Indian intelligence, instead of increasing Rajiv Gandhi's security, the Home Ministry reduced his security. On July 19, 1990, all his special security forces were withdrawn. During investigations, the official files regarding the withdrawal of Rajiv Gandhi's security was requested. As expected, the government responded saying all those files from the Prime Minister's office are lost. During an interview, Rajiv Gandhi himself said that there are some secret agencies inside and outside India planning to eliminate many leaders in India. When the reporters asked him if he suspected the Russian KGB, Rajiv Gandhi immediately responded by saying no, they already have their own internal problems. When asked if he suspected the American CIA, Rajiv Gandhi paused, smiled, and left the room. Maybe he was afraid to openly admit or mention the CIA or Mossad. Yasser Arafat had a good relationship with Rajiv Gandhi even after Rajiv Gandhi lost the election in 1989 and was no longer the Prime Minister. Yasser Arafat and the Palestinian intelligence found out about the threat to Rajiv Gandhi's life by the American CIA and the Israeli Mossad. On March 13, 1991, Arafat sent a messenger to inform Rajiv Gandhi about the threat to his life. This was just 1 month before his assassination. After the assassination, a politician called Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister. We saw in our previous video that Rajiv Gandhi was against the New World Order and the Illuminati. As soon as Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister, he passed executive orders towards globalization and the New World Order. During the election campaign of May 1991, Narasimha Rao announced his retirement from politics and also announced that he would not contest in the upcoming elections. But the very next day after the assassination, he announced a change of plans. The assassination was on May 21, 1991. Exactly 30 days later, on June 21, 1991, he is sworn in as the new Prime Minister without even having contested in the election. He even appointed the suspicious Subramaniasamy as the key person of WTO on behalf of India, even though Subramaniasamy did not even belong in the same political party as Narasimha Rao. Subramaniasamy even said that Narasimha Rao must be honored with the highest civilian honor called the Bharat Ratna. Both of them are Indian Jewish Brahmins. Chandrasamy is suspected to be the financier of this operation. He was never investigated. He left his family home at the age of 17, and many years later he came back as a priest. Until the age of 17, Narasimha Rao was his closest friend. There was an international bank called the BCCI in those days. It was under investigation for money laundering. It was also found that the CIA and other intelligence agencies around the world were using this bank for their illegal secret operations. Chandrasamy was also found to have accounts in this bank. Adnan Khashoggi, one of the top arms and weapons dealer in the world, also had an account in that same bank. He has Turkish and Jewish ancestry. He is believed to have been involved in supplying the explosive device used in this assassination. The RDX explosive, which was used in the bomb, was found to only be used by militaries and not easily available in the open market. The American CIA and the Israeli Mossad were also using this bank. They are all connected by this controversial bank. Many phone calls between foreign intelligence agencies and Subramaniasamy and Chandrasamy were found. As expected, all those files and evidence have been lost somehow. Chidambaram was appointed as the new Minister of Commerce by Narasimha Rao. Narayanan was promoted to the Chief of Intelligence Bureau. 3 investigation committees were appointed to investigate this assassination. 1. The Verma Commission. They investigated and handed over a report indicating security lapses to Rajiv Gandhi. The Narasimha Rao government, however, did not take any action. 2. The Jain Commission. This was set up to investigate the conspiracy from outside and within India. They concluded that Subramaniasamy and Chandrasamy must be investigated. However, they both were never arrested and investigated. 3. The MDMA Commission. This stands for Multidisciplinary Monitoring Agency. This was started in the year 1998 and is still continuing its investigation till today in the year 2021. That's right, they are still investigating. It still has an office in Tamil Nadu and a budget allocated for this from taxpayer money. However, it's unclear what, how, where, whom they are investigating. All the evidence from the Jain and Verma Commission reports are lost. Chidambaram and Narayanan interfered with this investigation, and they are both known to have hidden or destroyed evidence, including the important video cassettes at the scene of the assassination. The fact that every piece of evidence is lost or destroyed in this particular case is not a coincidence. The real criminals were never investigated. Most are enjoying top positions of power in the government even today in the year 2021. In our next video, we will talk about how innocent Tamils were blamed and betrayed before, during, and after this assassination. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell button if you enjoy the content.